If you've been on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or really any social media platform at all in the past day, week, month, year, you have seen countless ads for business coaches. You might have even had business coaches send you a DM out of the blue saying, "Hey there, I love what you're doing with your business. I can really help you. Let's chat." Now, those kinds of DMs might give you the heebie jeebies about hiring a business coach. So today, let's spend some time talking about the best time to hire a one-on-one coach for your business and some things to consider so that you do not end up writing a post I saw recently on Facebook saying, "I lost $10,000. I invested in a coach and got nothing out of it." I'll share with you the exact process I go through when deciding if I need to work with someone one-on-one. And in today's 60-second solution, I'll share great interview questions that you can ask a potential coach so that you can find the perfect match. These are the exact same questions that I encourage my private clients to ask when they're interviewing me.
Anyone can add a digital course to their business. So what sets the six-figure course creators apart? You're about to find out. Welcome to the Digital Course Creator Podcast with Dr. Maura, a longtime entrepreneur now using her PhD in psychology to help you go from sticky notes to sales worth celebrating.
I think one of the big challenges in digital entrepreneurship today is that it is a bit like the Wild West. There aren't a ton of rules. We can call ourselves whatever we want, and we can put out offers that we may or may not even have experience or training in. This means that as digital entrepreneurs, we have to be really careful about who and what we invest our money in to help build and grow our business. We can't just say, "Oh man, that was a really cool webinar. It resonated with me," and hand over a credit card. Because unless you have unlimited funds, unlimited time, and unlimited patience, you might be making an investment that has a detrimental effect on your business. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't have unlimited of those things. I don't have unlimited time, patience, money. I don't have unlimited. And so I'm going to guess that you probably don't either. Let's get into the nitty-gritty questions and details around hiring a business coach that every digital entrepreneur should have before signing on that dotted line and handing over a credit card. First up, before we get into all of that, perhaps we should talk a little bit about what a business coach is. This is a pretty broad term, isn't it? In general, a business coach is going to help you build and grow your business. That's kind of the basic definition. From there, people use it to mean any number of things, from marketing help to business finance guidance to offer creation to the process of hiring and outsourcing work, and the list goes on from there. In other words, like I mentioned, business coaching is kind of the Wild West of digital entrepreneurship. Anything goes. But the problem with this is that we can't let anything goes dominate our businesses if we want to get to the six-figure mark. This brings us to the first question. When is the best time to hire a business coach? The best time to hire a business coach was yesterday. The second best time to hire a business coach is today. Don't you hate when someone says that? In truth, every business can benefit from a business coach. Here's why. A business coach will come to know your business intimately. They are going to know the ins and outs. They're going to know your personality. They're going to know your needs, your mission, your vision. This means that you do not have to constantly provide a backstory every time you want to get a question answered, every time you need some ideas. Think about when you are in a Facebook group, even a private Facebook group with people who have, say, purchased a program. You still always have to provide all of that background information and then hope that everyone interprets it correctly and answers your question from that frame of reference. With a one-on-one business coach, instead, you can get to the heart of the issue and work through it quickly to find an acceptable solution. For example, I was on a call with a client one time and she was trying to figure out her pricing. She wanted to start charging more, but we had been together for a few months and I knew what her concerns were about raising the prices. I knew who her clients were. I knew what her offer was. And so we could just jump right on into the conversation instead of having to set the stage about who she's working with, what she's doing, and why she's even considering raising her prices. I already knew all of that information. We could get to the heart of the matter quickly, and she was able to make a decision about her pricing and implement it. Now, you might be thinking, that's great. Of course, you would recommend a business coach to everyone because part of what you do is business coaching. Here's what I'm going to share. When it is not the right time to hire a business coach. With so many business coaches out there constantly telling you to hire a business coach if you want to get to six figures, it can be really confusing, right? Hire a business coach if you want to be able to streamline your business. Hire a business coach to fill in the blank. We've heard it all. We've been DM'd it all. The reality is that we don't always need a business coach. When I'm talking with potential clients, I always make sure to take time to dig into where they are, not just in their business, but also how their business and their personal life are meshing at the moment. We all know that personal life can be big. It can take up all of our energy, our time, and our mental stamina. This is the exact time when I would say you do not need a business coach right now. Take the time. Focus on yourself, focus on your family, focus on that personal stuff that's going on. Having a business coach who is asking you for the next steps, for the draft of something that they need to provide feedback on, or even just opening up your credit card statement each month and seeing that charge on the credit card, none of that's going to do any good if you are not in a mental space to focus on your business in a really deep way. In fact, it might be detrimental to getting back to a space where your business can actually take up some mental space. So when I know that a person is going through a lot personally, I almost always, like 99% of the time, advise them to wait on any kind of business coaching. We have to be okay personally to excel professionally. And as an ethical coach, I'm going to make sure that you're in a good spot before we work together. This is why we can't just say yes to everyone. If we can't say yes to every business coach who offers us their services, how are we supposed to choose? How do we know when it's the right time? And a lot of it will go back to, again, do you have the mental space, the time, the focus, the energy to be able to dig into your business, tear it apart, build it up, implement new things, take out other stuff, and really get into the weeds of your business. Do that hard work. And if the answer is no, then it's not the time for a business coach. But if it is the time, how do you choose? There are lots of qualities that you can look for in a coach of any kind, really, not just a business coach. I highly recommend that you spend some time analyzing your previous business and personal relationships to find out what strengths, what traits you mesh well with. And we all have preferences because you want to find that mesh that will allow you to grow. We've all had teachers, partners, colleagues with whom we do not work well with. You know, it's kind of that does not play well with others kind of moment. It feels like you're butting heads, no progress is getting made. Note what made those relationships contentious or less productive or just flat out less enjoyable. Okay? On the flip side of the coin, we want to think about the strongest relationships that we've been in or experienced and what has made those so successful. You can look at personality traits. You can look at experience. You can look at thought processes. You can look at character strengths. The trick here is to not just go with someone who won't push you, because there is some level of comfort that we have to get out of, right? You want to choose someone who is going to help you become an even better version of who you are right now, to help you build your business into an even better and stronger business than you have right now, because you're aiming for that longevity. You might be moving toward getting to that 6-figure or 7-figure mark, or 5-figure mark if you're just starting out. So I want you to know that you have to spend some time not just thinking about, is it time for a business coach, but also then taking it a step further and thinking about who's going to help me become the best version of me that I can be as a business owner and, as a human being as well. On that note, I want you to also remember to look at the experience that they bring to the table. Ideally, they'll have experience in something that you have less experience in. You will be able to borrow their wisdom, experience, and knowledge, which is going to save you time and it's going to save you money. This is one of the big reasons that yesterday was the best day to hire a business coach and today is the second best day. We want to save time, money, energy, effort. I talk a lot with my son about I'm a lazy cello player. So if I don't have to shift on the fingerboard, I don't. If I can do everything in fourth position, I'll stick in fourth position. If I can do it in first, I'll stick in first. You get the idea. We want our businesses to be as lazy as possible. We don't want to have to expend any more energy than absolutely necessary. So that comes down to finding people who have the expertise that you do not personally have so that you can lean on that, extract that, and put it into your business. When I meet with a potential client, I'm always looking for how I can bring my experience to their business in a way that's going to benefit them. And you know what? If I can't do that, if they need something other than what my experience is in, I am going to 100% of the time refer them to a trusted colleague who would be a better fit. Each business coach will have their areas of specialty. For example, I've been designing and creating digital courses for over 15 years. That's one of the reasons clients hire me, to help them create their course, to stay on track, to help them get their students' results. Another area of expertise that I have is in messaging and implementing the StoryBrand framework into businesses. As a certified guide, I have specialized training in using the StoryBrand framework that goes well beyond what's in the Building a StoryBrand book by Donald Miller. When a client is working with me on their messaging, they're taking a shortcut. That's the key. A business coach should be able to offer you a shortcut to getting where you want to be in your business. They're bringing the expertise, the experience, the extra knowledge, the wisdom, all of the stuff that maybe you haven't experienced yet. They're bringing that to the table. So it's a true partnership. If you are not sure if they're going to offer you a shortcut, in today's 60-second solution at the end of the episode, I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite interview questions that I use when I'm interviewing a potential coach, and these are the same ones that I proactively answer for my potential clients during our discovery calls. Now, deciding on a business coach, that's a big step. It can feel really scary. After all, a business coach can be a big investment, especially in the early years of your business where you might not yet have reached profitability, or maybe you just have very slim profit margins so far. The key is to use a coach as a springboard for getting to the next level in your business. This week, spend some time analyzing your business. Is now the right time for a coach? What do you need the most help with? Are you struggling with your messaging? If so, look for a coach who specializes in messaging. Maybe you're trying to put together a launch mechanism for your offer. Look for a coach who specializes in that. The key is to figure out what you need in your business. But first ask yourself, and be really honest here, if you have the time to devote to getting that one-on-one coaching and implementing what you're learning. I firmly believe in coaching and have coaches of my own, but I always make sure that I'm going to be able to devote time to implementing what we work on and build. That has been the big difference between the moments I've said, yes, I loved that coaching experience, and the moments when I've said, oh, that was not what I hoped for. I can't wait to hear how you're taking action this week to decide if now is the right time for a coach. This week, we have been talking about hiring a business coach and when to avoid hiring a business coach, because we can all use a little personalized, customized, and tailored help in our businesses. As you've heard today on the Digital Course Creator podcast, I am sharing the lessons that I've learned. These are the lessons that I share with my private clients in our coaching calls to help them become a six-figure digital course creator. Getting to six figures is not just about a successful launch. It's about the work that we put in behind the scenes and the strategies that we employ to better our business and ourselves as humans and business owners. We need a way to increase revenue while staying aligned with our core values, our core mission as entrepreneurs. And that, like just about everything in life, requires strategy in a number of categories. We have to dig deeper, don't we? Because you can't get everything you need from books and podcasts and webinars and courses. Yeah, we can get a lot of it, about 10%. From those books, those podcasts, we can learn about 10% of what we need to be successful as a six-figure digital course creator. But 90%, that remaining 90%, it's almost always about mindset. As a psychology professor and coach, I share as much as I can about mindset here on the show. In fact, today we focused a little bit on mindset and thinking about if you're ready for a business coach, what it would look like to use a business coach, how to find the right business coach. And if you are ready to say, you know what? I know what I need to thrive. I know that I need some individualized attention, some accountability and support in my business. If you are ready to say yes to a thriving, financially solid business, I'd love to have a conversation with you. I have at least 2 slots on my calendar each week to sit down with course creators like you, help them to take action, dig into their purpose, and create a strategic plan for growth so that you can take action, get unstuck. These are free, no obligation calls. So if you are ready to make the next 12 months the year that you go from being uncertain about your course creation business to a six-figure digital course creator, grab a strategy call slot at coursecalls.com. You can also find the link in the show notes, but again, it's coursecalls.com. Are you ready to hire a business coach, but you want to make the right choice? The last thing you want is to post a horror story on social media about how you had a terrible experience and feel like you wasted thousands of dollars. Here are my favorite questions to ask a potential business coach. What is your experience with? And ask about the thing that you've identified you really need help with. Question 2, what is one of your favorite books on? Fill in the blank, the topic. Number 3, what would it look like to work with you? How do your other clients get the most out of your coaching? And number 4, what do you expect of your clients? Finally, number 5, what is your goal for our coaching together? These are questions that will give you some unique insights into not just their experience, but also how they will treat you as a client. Will they welcome your thoughts and ideas or impose their structure on you? The key is to find a good fit that you feel comfortable with, but will also push you to grow in a way that feels authentic. And if you want more quick solutions for building a successful digital course business and creating magnetic messaging, hit follow now.